Cunard hasn't launched a new ship since 2010. That will be 14 years ago when their new cruise ship Queen Anne will debut next year. She will be the fourth queen in the existing fleet alongside Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria and Queen Mary II. Queen Anne was supposed to be launched already in 2020, but the pandemic got in the way, so the launch has been delayed. The vessel is currently under construction at the Fincantieri Marghera shipyard in Venice, and I have just returned from there, full of impressions that I want to share with you. Queen Anne is built on a platform that belongs to the Pinnacle class. Once ready, she will have a capacity of 3,000 guests. This makes her the largest ship in the Cunard fleet and increases the company's capacity by as much as 44%. Queen Anne and her three sisters have all been constructed at the Fincantieri Marghera shipyard in Venice, Italy. But this time, the result will be something else. The new Cunard Queen will be the 249th ship to sail under the Cunard flag, and connecting to this long maritime tradition is of course a must. The company's long history within cruising and transatlantic crossings is something the company takes pride in and of course wants to cherish. For example, the red and black funnel have had the same look since 1840. But a new ship also marks a new era for the next cruising generation. When Cunard wanted to know which onboard experiences and concepts they had to protect and which they could develop a little more freely, they consulted both travel agents and some of their most regular guests. The result will be grand without losing touch with the heritage. Cunard guests, well familiar with the brand, will not be disappointed. Commodore Club, Queen's Room, the Golden Lion, all the familiar favorites will remain, even if with a more modern look. Queen Anne will be launched in May 2024, and on May the 3rd she will make her first bookable cruise. The first guests who will enjoy the beautiful venues have a lot to look forward to. For example, a wider selection in wellness. Cunard already has its own spa concept, Marine Wellness and Beauty. At Queen Anne, it will be expanded. There will be more wellness space, a new plant-based spa menu at the Wellness Cafe, and more opportunities for relaxing treatments and exercise in the Pavilion Wellness Studio. During my guided tour of the ship in the shipyard, the maritime expert Chris Frame, whom I had the privilege to have as a guide, spoke about the Queens as very suitable ships for relaxation. For example, if you go to the library and pick out a book or two, you not only have plenty of peaceful surroundings to read them in, may it be in a sun lounger, in the privacy of your own balcony, or in the library itself. At Queen Anne, the library is next door to a cafe, which will make the reading time even more pleasant. If the pavilion pool area is even half as nice as I've seen sketches of, I will definitely relax here most of the time on my cruise, provided that the weather allows it. Here you have a larger pool, hot tubs, wonderful sun loungers, and there will also be a pool bar, a grill, and an eatery with a wellness menu. Another area that I'm looking forward to discover on board is the Bright Lights Society. This show bar is inspired by the fact that Cunard ships were popular at the time when electricity was a novelty and an attraction in itself. Here the architects have created a venue that both draws parallels back in time but is also modern. I can imagine that this bar will be a glittering sea of lights where you can enjoy entertainment at the same time as you can hear the champagne corks popping from the bar. And talking about stars, participating in the event at the shipyard was also Cunard's new president, Katie McAllister, that just had started her new position only 8 weeks ago. Of course, we also got a chance to meet the captain of Queen Anne, Inger Thorhauge, that was the first female captain at Cunard in 2010. Now the shipyard in Venice is busy. Construction is approaching its final phase. And although there are many months to go, there is also much to be done. Important goals needs to be ready in time, and at the time of my visit, this included testing all mechanical parts and piping systems that later would be hidden behind the ship's walls. Now, I feel very inspired to meet Queen Anne again in her glory next year, and of course it would be amazing to be among the first guests. But if not, at least I can brag about that I was the very first to take a few dance steps in the Queen's Room ballroom. Thank you for watching SeaFun TV, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
Yeah.